their fingers as they put up an uncharacteristically bad performance in the Super Bowl. From turnovers to penalties, Kansas City looked out of their depth against an Eagles team that was flying all over the field. In fact, the Super Bowl couldn't have gone much worse for the Chiefs. They had only 23 yards at halftime. They failed to cross midfield on their first 9 drives, and Patrick Mahomes turned the ball over 3 times and was sacked 6. I promised you Swagoo, and here he is. Marcus, hey. It was great to see you in New Orleans, Marcus. It'd been a minute, so great to see you in your hometown.
We had a good time. We had a good time.
What
is Easter close?
I know. And you know what's the funny
Stephen
part?
A. colors right now.
I know, but I feel like it's me
don't
too.
hate. Don't hate.
Yeah.
Emulate.
Well, it's all 3 of us.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Ain't got nothing to do with hating. I'm just talking about the color of the suit.
All you got to do is say you look good, bro. That's all you got to say. That's all you got to say. It ain't complicated.
That would have been nice.
It ain't complicated.
You couldn't have said that.
We're trying to bring the spring. That's what we're trying to do.
I know
you say that first.
I know Shay know that's that one color you get for Easter Sunday. I know he know that.
You got that pink, you know what I'm saying? You got a little pink, little blue stripe, you know.
Yeah, it's a nice one. He didn't buy it off the rack. All right, Swagoo. Is Patrick Mahomes or Andy Reid more to blame for the Chiefs Super Bowl loss and that epic fail of a performance?
Oh, it's Andy Reid, and it's not close. I've never seen Andy Reid look this unprepared. I've never seen him not be able to adjust. Even during the game, they were talking about making second half adjustments. In our mind, because of what we've seen with the Kansas City Chiefs, we thought that they would at least come out in halftime with a different plan. But y'all know me. Stephen A. know me. I've said this 1,000 times. Shay know me. If you can't run the football, you can't win championships. Or if you don't attempt to run the football while you watch your quarterback head get beat in for majority of the game, that's on coaching. You got to do something different. You got to get it out of his hands. You got to run the football. I saw no jet sweep motions. I saw no screens. I saw nothing to slow this defense down. And when we start talking about, we can give Patrick Mahomes all of the disdain we want to, and we should, because he played awful. But the fact that them calls was coming in from the sideline, unless you tell me Pat was changing them at the line of scrimmage, that was a coaching failure and malpractice. And you almost got your quarterback knocked out the game as well. So Andy Reid deserves a lot of the blame for this loss.
He does, but I got to do 50-50 Swags. But let me tell you why. You're right. Because at some point in time, you got to run the football because they're hunting now. And you got a stationary deer. And I know Patrick Mahomes is mobile, but he can't get away from that relentless onslaught of what the Eagles. And that was 4-man pressure. I can see if they came with these exotic blitzes and they caught him a couple of times and they confused him. That's just 4 dogs going to hunt prey. But I got to put this on Patrick Mahomes also, because he put the ball in harm's way. And you know, come playoff time, Swagoo, if you put that ball in harm's way, the game's going to get out of hand from you. Because now, all of a sudden, you give up a pick 6. You give them an opportunity. They just scored a touchdown. It's 17-0. Okay, let's get something. Let's get 7. Let's get 3. We're going to get the ball coming out of the half. So now we go get another 7. Who knows? Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10 to 17, or maybe even 14-17. But you turn it over. And once you turn that ball over, hell, I thought the game was over at 17-0. I didn't need to see another turnover. But maybe I was like, okay, maybe they can do something. But Patrick Mahomes picked the worst time to have his worst game as a professional. And with Andy making those calls when you don't attempt to run and you just turn those dogs loose, and they're not even thinking about running. You call 7 design runs. The others was Patrick Mahomes scrambling, running for his life. And you thought, what? At some point in time, and what do we give credit for, Stephen A. Swag? Give Andy Reid 2 weeks, bank on it.
Yep.
He could have had 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years. With that same game plan, the Eagles would kick the Chiefs' ass again and again and again. You got to stop that onslaught. And Andy didn't do anything to do it, but Patrick Mahomes just entirely put the ball in harm's way too much.
Patrick Mahomes put the ball entirely in harm's way too much. Shannon, you're right about that, but I'm going to disagree with you in terms of your 50-50 split. I'm going 75-25 Andy Reid.
Okay.
75% of this is on him, and I'm going to tell you why. 4 years ago, you lost the Super Bowl to Tom Brady. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Why'd you lose that Super Bowl? You lost that Super Bowl because your offensive line didn't show up and protect Patrick Mahomes. You had no protection plan for him whatsoever. There was nothing. The Eagles was like, we don't have to blitz at all, and they didn't blitz the entire game. Now, I understand that the Eagles are formidable. I understand the defense is elite. I understand that Vic Fangio, who entered this game 0-8 against Patrick Mahomes, lost 6 times as the head coach for the Denver Broncos, lost another 2 times when he was in Miami as their defensive coordinator. 0-8. You are Andy Reid. You know what you're going against. You know who Vic Fangio is and what he likes to do. You know what Patrick Mahomes doesn't need to have as an impediment to his success, meaning an opposing defensive line that's coming at him with an offensive line seemingly incapable of doing anything about it. You had no adjustments whatsoever. Andy Reid is well known and well renowned for his play calling. He is a head coach that calls plays. So much so that practically ruined the career of Eric Bieniemy because he couldn't get a head coaching job. You understand? And Andy Reid never fully gave him control of the Kansas City Chiefs offense, okay? And so where is he at now? That's a different subject for another day. My point is, there is no excuse for a man that's been known for being a damn good play caller. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. He's been to a number of NFC championship games, all of this other stuff. 23 total net yards in the first half. 1 first down. 1? 0 for 6 on third down conversions. You called just 3 running plays. By the way, in the 20 plays they had in the first half, Shannon, they averaged 1.15 yards per play. 1.15. I mean, you're talking, this is all time. Your quarterback, who is considered one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the history of the game, had a QBR of 1. I don't care how bad Patrick Mahomes is. Ain't that damn bad. On his worst day, he could be better than that. There were contributions from somebody else on Kansas City to contribute to that kind of horrid performance. And it's Andy Reid. And I love Andy Reid, and I know what a great coach he is and what a great champion he is. But this is going to stick with him for a long time because as coaches say, how many times have we heard coaches say, it's our job, our responsibility to put dudes in the best position to win.
Yeah.
There is nothing more painful for a champion with high integrity, discipline, known for putting in that work, to have to live the entire offseason with how ill-prepared his offense was to deal with the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Andy Reid is going to have a whole lot of sleepless nights because he left Patrick Mahomes out there hanging. And we've never been able to say that about Andy Reid, the great Andy Reid. But we can say that today.